I was more of a punk, and I loved all music, but I probably listened to The Clash more than...
Hey guys, it's Max, and Angelina Jolie is incredible. I adore her. She was at the Venice Film Festival. She's just been playful at the press conference. I love that she has great taste in music. There is nothing wrong with listening to The Clash. This is Flip Your Wig. Turn your notifications on. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and be a part of the community. Angelina has taken on probably one of her most demanding roles in a very long time. She plays opera singer Maria Callas, and she plays Maria at the end of kind of her life before she passes away, and it's a really difficult time. And Maria's trying to reignite her career, and perhaps she's not getting as much love as she usually would have got like earlier on in her career. So it's kind of like that tough time. Angelina said she went into serious training for this. Pablo Larraín said, the director, it has to be you. He did Spencer a little while ago with Kristen Stewart, so he likes to get these like really famous women to play these other really famous women, so I find that really intriguing. Angelina said she spent 7 months training to become an opera singer. She'd never sung before. She was very scared, very shy.
I was terribly nervous. I spent almost 7 months training because when you work with Pablo, you can't do anything by half. He demands in a most wonderful way that you really do the work and you really learn and train. But my first time singing, I remember being so nervous. My sons were there and they helped to block the door that nobody else was coming in, and I was shaky. And Pablo, in his decency, started me in a small room and ended me in La Scala. So he gave me a time to grow, but I was frightened to live up to her and that I had, not sung in public.
There was a moment when she was performing and the teacher was trying to tell her, you've got to put all your emotions into this because opera is about what's in the heart. She broke down in tears. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for her. It's so overwhelming. Her 2 sons were there and they comforted her, which again is a beautiful moment. But also, she said she hasn't really shown that side to her kids where she gets emotional and gets sad and stuff. So that's quite tough, isn't it, for a mum that's kind of like the one you go to for support?
To be honest, I've needed to be home more with my family these last years. And in that time, I've become maybe more grateful to have the opportunity to just be an artist and play and be among all of you, to just be in this creative world that we are all fortunate to be in some way a part of. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm grateful to be able to be an artist in any way.
She also spoke about the fact that her priorities recently have been just being a mum. She's an activist, she's also a humanitarian, but her most important job is being a mama. And this is her now coming back to the big screen and having to tour the world and do interviews and blah, 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 blah. So I think she's a little bit daunted by it, but she also looks very chilled, very relaxed, and very grateful for the life that she is living.
Honestly, for me, the bar in this that I would know if I did good enough are the Maria Callas fans, and those who love opera. And my fear would be to disappoint them. So, of course, all other things and in my own business, if there's a response to the work, I'm very grateful. But in my heart, to disappoint the people who love her, and she means a lot to, and her legacy, and I really came to care for her. So I felt I didn't want to do a disservice to this woman.
She spoke about this word diva and how it has so many negative connotations.
I think it's often come with a lot of negative connotations. I think I've relearned that word through Maria and Casta Diva. And I have a new relationship to it. And I think it is often other people's perception of a woman that defines sometimes too much who she is and who she was or what she intended. And I actually think she was one of the hardest working people who didn't hurt anybody. It's hard to think of something she's done that was really, So yes, I suppose it's everybody in this room that makes that definition sometimes. But the true definition, maybe the composer, the great composers define it differently.
We've had quite a few music biopics recently. Austin Butler as Elvis, Naomi Aki as Whitney, and of course Bradley Cooper last year in Maestro. How do you feel about Angelina playing Maria Callas, this big opera singer? Excited? Let me know. And is there one person that you think, oh, I also want to make a biopic about that person? Tell me who it is and why. And if you've got an idea of who might be good to actually play that person, let me know.
Well, there's a lot I won't say in this room that you probably know or assume. I think in the way I related to her may be a surprise, that probably the part of her that's extremely soft and doesn't have room in the world to be as soft as she truly was and as emotionally open as she truly was. I think in that vulnerability, I share her vulnerability more than anything.
Okay, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll be back soon with more videos. Guys, have an incredible day. Peace.
I sat with her glasses on and her Greek hair and her robe and thought of her alone in her kitchen with Bruna and Ferruccio and who that person was, and allowed that human to come forward, and her loneliness. And I think it's also quite sad, I wish she was here today, to see this kindness to her life, because when she passed, the last experience she had, she went out and she tried, and the critics were so cruel. They were so cruel to her. And she wasn't not trying, and she wasn't not Maria, but she was older and she wasn't as good, and they were mean. And I don't know if she passed knowing that she did her best and she was appreciated and loved. I think she may have died with a lot of loneliness and pain.